We'll get these 2 poles baited up.
How y'all doing tonight? Welcome to Clouse Outdoors. We're doing a little bit of nighttime catfishing out here at Greer's Ferry Lake in Arkansas. Bugs are pretty bad out here, so probably gonna turn this light off. Got two rods set up tonight. I don't know if you can see, but got one kind of to my right, one to my left. We're doing a little bit of fishing. I just got some cut skipjack on the line, so I think this spot's pretty deep. I don't know if y'all can tell, might be able to see it, but there's a bridge I'm fishing by. Kind of, I don't think y'all can see. There it is. You can kind of see the bridge there in the distance. I'm fishing under, not really under the bridge, but by a bridge. So I'm gonna see if we have any luck fishing here. It's pretty deep here, so I think we may have a pretty good chance. The water's pretty warm. It's probably 80, 85 degrees. Hope you guys are doing good tonight. We're sitting out here on the side of Greer's Ferry Lake, underneath, kind of close to a bridge here. We're doing a little bit of catfishing tonight. I'm gonna set up on this big rock right here by the water. We're using a spinning pole. It's a 14-foot, 14-foot river pole that I use for fishing like the dams and stuff, and brought it out here to do a little bit of fishing at Greer's Ferry tonight. It's a meat hunter rod is what it is. And then I got an older pole too. Uh, I don't really know what brand it is. It's just an older pole that I like using, kind of a backup. But in this situation, I got both of them out here. See if we can catch anything for y'all tonight on stream. I appreciate y'all supporting the channel. Don't forget, if y'all want some more content like this, the Clouse Outdoors, I do everything outdoor related. We do hunting, camping, fishing, anything like that. So if y'all enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to check out the page, give me a like and sub. Don't forget to share too. We do all kinds of outdoor content. I'm hoping these catfish start biting pretty soon. It's about 10 o'clock. Nah, man, we ain't sleeping. We're just out here waiting for these catfish to start biting. Nah, it's just the water. Just the waves hitting the shore here. No, we're in fishing over here at Greer's Ferry in Arkansas. So I don't think there's nothing too bad out here in these waters. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, I've been to Florida 3 or 4 times, but I've never been fishing in Florida. I couldn't imagine having to keep a spotlight for alligators. I guess you just shine it out in the water and look for the reflection on their eyes. That's pretty wild. We got some alligators here, but nothing like that. Man, that's wild. Yeah, I didn't even think about checking the land. Yeah, I figured most of them be in water. You have to keep an eye out for, but that's wild. I ain't taking a whole deer or a dog, snatching them under. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that. Uh, y'all fish on the bank, I guess, or you fish in the boat? And what do y'all fish for? Oh man, that's the way to go. Yeah, I've never been into much bass fishing either. I've bass fished here and there, um, but yeah, I mainly focus on the bigger fish and like dam fishing, that kind of stuff. Fishing for um, basically catfish, carp, gar, anything of any type of the bigger fish. Um, yeah, pretty much any other fish is bait fish. If you ask me, that's what I usually use to go catfishing with. Talking about fishing out of a canoe, I got a boat, but I've been canoeing before, but I don't think I've ever been fishing out of a canoe. I'd imagine that'd be pretty cool, hooking into a big fish and that fish pulling you around while you're trying to reel it in a canoe. That sounds pretty fun, especially gar. That'd be awesome. That is a funny typo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The boat is super nice. I love having a boat. Um, we've kind of had one on and off growing up, and it's nice. I finally have one of my own and one that runs. So it's a pretty big investment, but it pays off. I just don't. I still like to bank fish. So the boats are nice to have, but still it's nice getting back to your roots and just sitting out here on the bank, especially at night, doing a little bit of catfishing. It there's just something different about it, especially out here underneath the stars. But I don't think we even had any nibbles yet tonight. Oh yeah, there's something different about being out here at night, especially by yourself underneath all the stars. And it's almost completely quiet out here. We're out here actually camping, um, and I'm a good little ways. I drove and found this little spot on a map. I kind of drove over here and walked a good little ways to get here. But I'm kind of over here by myself. It's nice getting away from everything. Yeah, I think I should be fine over here. It it don't seem like it's too bad. I think the worst I've had come up on me is just some raccoons trying to steal my bait that I got. But other than that, I really had never had any problems. I mean, there's coyotes and stuff like that out here, but most of the time they want to stay away from you. As soon as they hear you, see any kind of light or anything like that, they'll run off. Yeah. I think I'm gonna reel these poles in and bait them back up and cast out again. They've been out for about 30 minutes or so, and I like to reel them in and put some new bait, fresh bait on there. See if we have any better luck. Cause right now we ain't getting any kind of nibbles. So let's see if that helps us out any.
Spit out a bait. Not mess with the bait, so we're gonna rebait this and see if we have any better luck. Got one baited up. We'll get casted out there. Alrighty. See if we can get this one rebaited and casted out there. This one, the bait didn't make it. I think it may have come off on the way back up. Get this one out here. Alrighty. Got both poles rebaited and casted back out there. We're let's see here.
We're running just some frozen cut skipjack, I believe is what it is. Uh, I usually buy them whole and cut them up myself, but um, the bait shop here by the camp ended up having the frozen cut stuff. I figured it'd just be easier, so I went ahead and got some of it. I tell you what I'd like to use though, if I could, is if I had the patience and time, I would try to catch a bunch of live brim and use them right now, because with the water being so warm like it is, I think you really want to focus on using a live bait. But this is easier and quicker for me to get some fishing in, so that's kind of the route I went this time. Yeah, it's been very hot. Yeah, I've used worms quite a bit too. They're hard to keep alive too, just like live bait would be. There's something about this heat. They just don't last. The We'll say starting tomorrow, we're supposed to get a nice cold front come through. Maybe heading your way after that. I know it's pushing down from the north. It's going to dump a bunch of rain on us. I think it's going to kind of mess with the water temperature around here, but at least we get some cooler air out of it. So I know I'm about done with the heat. About ready for fall to get here. Yeah, I do hunt. We got a deer camp where we lease some land, and we do some hunting down there. Um, I just posted a part one video of a work day that we did down there at deer camp on our main YouTube page. Uh, our YouTube page is only about 4 or 5 months old, so this will be our first deer season that I'm filming, but I've been hunting down there all my life. Um, I think I was hunting before I was fishing, so I think as we get closer to deer season and moving into the cooler temperatures, I'll be doing more hunting than I am fishing, and we'll start seeing more hunting content on our YouTube page. Yeah, I'm not sure how it is in Florida, but we got quite a bit of public land here in Arkansas, and I'd imagine Florida would too, but I'm not positive. But I know if you're just starting out, that's what I would do. I would go to some public land and do some hunting and do some scouting a couple months before deer season opens up. Try to find you a couple good locations and try to set up. Find a good spot or two and kind of go on your own and start by doing that. The I know we got a bunch of pigs down our deer camp where we just constantly trying to get rid of the hogs. I think Florida's got a big hog problem too, like we do. I know there's so many hogs, it's easier to hunt the hogs than it is the deer. So you may want to start off by trying to do some hog hunting. That'd be a lot easier. Um, when it comes to the ducks and turkey, I can honestly say I've never turkey hunted, and I duck hunted for the first time last year. I went with a buddy of mine, and it was really cool. Um, I'd like to go again this year, but I will say when it comes to duck hunting, I don't want to. I don't want to do that on my own. I'd rather go with someone I'm still learning how to do it. Um, yeah, yeah. The pigs are terrible. We got pigs everywhere. We're just trying to. We do our best to try to get rid of them. So uh, yeah, you're probably in a good spot if you want to do some pig hunting down there in Florida. I'm not sure. I would try to look up some public land, do a little bit of hog hunting. That'll definitely get your feet wet by doing that. And I think I'm pretty sure y'all can. I know over here we can hunt them year round, day, night. And we can hunt them with any method necessary as long as we're killing them. Um, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, Colton. I've seen some. I've seen some pretty wild hog hunting too. People get up in trees and jump out of trees and spear them. That's pretty wild. Nah, no bites tonight. I just rebaited my poles and got them casted back out there. Yeah, that's a little crazy. I couldn't imagine walking up on someone and they start acting like that. Yeah, you'd have to be really careful, pay attention to what you're doing if that's the case, or see if you can somehow get a hold of someone and go with them. Yeah, that's rough, especially when it's public land. Yeah, I think at some point you just have to see if you can get out there and see what you can come up with, man. Just be careful getting out there. If the people act like that, it ain't worth it. But Colton, you have a good night, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some kind of fish on here in the next few minutes or so. How you doing, Jasmine? I appreciate you hanging in here, man. I don't know if we're gonna catch anything tonight, but I'm gonna fish for a little bit longer, and we'll see how it goes. I appreciate you supporting me, man, and it's been good talking to you. This is pretty much it. uh, it's usually just sit here and hang out. Usually fish for, I don't know, about an hour, hour and a half, and that's usually what I do. You know, you don't catch anything in about 15, 20 minutes or even 30 minutes get a bite. It usually means they're not going to be biting. No, not really. I just enjoy the peace and quiet and sitting out here on the bank, enjoying myself. Usually I got a couple guys that come with me. They're usually on the channel too, and they're uh, not here tonight, so it's just kind of me hanging out. It's part of the reason I'm live streaming. Yeah, that ain't bad. I got one of those at the camper. Um, Thought about bringing it. I tried to pack light though to walk all the way out here. It was like I said, it was a pretty good hike. So I only brought enough stuff to get me through. And like I said, I already had that cut bait. I didn't think I really needed to mess with catching minnows. Also, I also got a cast net too. That thing's pretty cool, but once again, it's pretty heavy. It's got the weights on it, so I tried to hike out here as light as I could, so it wouldn't be too bad. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. If I was having to sit there and wait for that long, yeah, you need something to keep you occupied. So having that other pole to catch other fish, that's pretty smart. Probably make time go by a little faster for you too, so you're not just sitting in one spot waiting. Yep, I could see that being true. Well, I don't know if we're gonna have any luck tonight. I think I may call it here pretty soon. I got a pretty long hike back. I had a couple bells that clipped to the end of my poles, and I ended up dropping them in the water when I was clipping. You can kind of see one right there. Little brass bells, ended up dropping them in the water. So thought about going in there and getting them, but I think that's pretty deep water. I ain't gonna mess with it tonight. Not all the way out here by myself. But you can kind of see we out here in the woods. Yeah, I could use the line to mess around so if I can get them out, but I don't know if it'd be worth it. If I had that smaller pole, I'd probably try to get them, but said I think that's about 4 or 5 foot of water right there. I ain't gonna mess with trying to get them. Yeah, no glowing eyes. There was a couple up in a tree on the way over here when I was hiking out here, but I think, like I said, I think it was just raccoon. That's about all I got to worry about out here is raccoons. They like to get up in the trees, or maybe it could have been an owl too. We got some hoot owls out here. just ain't having any luck tonight. This line's pretty tight, but I ain't got nothing on it. Looks like there's a log in the water right there. It might be pretty good structure. But I do like this spot. It's a good little spot. And chum the water a little bit. We'll throw some of this out there, see what happens. So I'm just using some prepackaged frozen stuff, and it's already been cut up. So we'll throw some of these little pieces out there, see if it helps out any. But guess we can try this out before we let's see if that helps out any before we call it a night. You know, we'll give it a shot. Yeah, that's a nice little spot, man. I can see them bells right there. So I think it's pretty deep though. Drops off. If I had my net, I'd probably try to get them, but oh man, I want to say we got some pretty big catfish. Most of them, I don't know if you really find any big ones here at this lake. I've heard of a lot of people catching them at the on the Arkansas River by the big dam bridge and stuff. But here, I don't know if they get very big. I'm sure there are big ones out here. I just don't know if people catch them regularly or not. Yeah. Guess we'll give it a little bit longer and we'll call it a night. Yeah, 6 pound. Hey, 6 pound ain't bad. I did catch a 19 pound bass. That's insane. I ain't ever caught anything that big. I caught a blue cat this year. It was a small one. I think it was probably 5 or 6 pounds, but other than that, that's about what I usually catch. Nothing. I ain't caught nothing crazy big. Dang, that is cool. That is a good one. You talking about? Was it a striper, like a striped bass? Largemouth. That's wild, man. That is a nice catch. Yep, I ain't never caught nothing like that. That's a very good catch. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know many lakes out of other than here in Arkansas. I haven't done much traveling out of state, but I do know there's some big ones out there in Florida. Okay. I hear a bunch of I've heard of a bunch of bass fishermen and bass tournaments and stuff in Florida catching the bigger ones. So that's I didn't realize they were that big though. That's crazy. Hey, that's probably why they get so big. You got bass eating them big old bluegills, man. That's I'm sure they're getting massive. That's insane. Yeah, I think around here a big bass is probably about 10 pounds. So anything bigger than 10 pounds, I don't know if I've even heard of a 15-pound bass over here. So that's those are massive, big bass. Yeah, I can see that. They want all them big bass to themselves. Huh. I guess they just treat them as like pets, or they just feed them, huh? There you go. Just- Yeah, I'm not a big bass. I'm not. I don't like to eat bass either, but they are fun to catch. I don't mind catching them and release them. I think even if I caught a really big one, I just let it go. I think it's more fun to, you know, the fight of catching them than anything. I don't mind eating crappie or catfish, but I probably wouldn't mess around with eating a bass. I think bass are more of a sport fishing fish. Yeah, I heard the tilapia down there like they're invasive. I believe in Florida. I don't think we have tilapia here. I will say I think there's people down there. I've seen some videos of people like bow fishing tilapia at night. That's pretty cool. They'll have a boat with some lights and they'll do some nighttime bow fishing. Uh, that's really cool. And the carp, we got carp here, and I think carp are a little bit different. Got to use a little bit smaller hook and use like some kind of like dough balls or something to catch them. I've thought about getting more into the carp fishing here lately, which I may end up doing because we like to fish the Arkansas River and around the dams and stuff, and I've thought about getting into the carp fishing. That's insane. I didn't know that. I think the worst thing we deal with up here is just hogs. Huh. So what are you supposed to do? Grab them and throw them out? You just throw them back in the water, or how's that work? Oh, that's awesome. Man, you need to start filming that stuff. You get you a YouTube page going, filming all that content down there. That'd be awesome to watch. Hey, you should do it. You can start off with your phone if you wanted to and start filming. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Work your way up and get you a GoPro and then go from there. Sounds like you got plenty of ideas and plenty of stuff to film. It'd be pretty cool watching that. Yeah, yeah, you could film it with your phone. Yeah, you'll probably have to show your face, I'd imagine. You can start off by just filming stuff that you're doing, uh, but I'd imagine it would probably help out if you did show your face and talk to people, and that way they knew what you're talking about. Yeah, if that's the case, then I mean, you can just enjoy your experiences yourself, and you don't have to do it if you wanted to. If anything, film the stuff for yourself, and you can always go back and look at it, and that way you can always have footage or pictures from when you went and did that. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, it's got to be rough. Can't ever get away and do your own thing, relax. That's what's nice about fishing. You kind of get out here and you get to do your own thing. Don't have to worry about the world. Don't have to worry about anything else around you. That's what I like about it. Makes for a good getaway. Hey, there you go. Give it a shot. See what you can come up with. I think it'll be cool. Start by posting some shorts on YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. Make you a channel. I think you'll do pretty good. And start off by just using your phone, filming content with your phone. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, that's cool. I like that name, Redwater Archives. Yeah, I may look that channel up. That looks pretty cool. You start posting on there, I'll see if I can find you and follow you, watch some of your content. Well, I think I'm about to wrap it up here. I'm gonna get these poles reeled in and probably head on back to camp. Hey, I'm glad I could help you out, man. Like I said, I'll look your page up and I'll go and follow it. And as soon as you start posting stuff, I'll watch it. Sounds like you got something going on, man. If you got all those crazy adventures and stuff, man, I'd love to see that. So you get that content coming and I'll start watching it. I'm sure other people like watching it too. But I'm gonna get wrapped up here and I'm gonna go ahead and shut this live stream down, man. Like I said, follow the page and we'll keep in touch. I'll do some more of these live streams and like I said, I'll look your page up and I'll give you a follow. But let's get these poles reeled in and I'll go ahead and call it a night. Hey, I appreciate the sub, man. Thanks for the support. So hey, you be safe and you have a good night. And like I said, we'll catch you next time, man. I appreciate it.